Good evening. My name is Icy. I'm the host. I'm the founder of the Sit Down UK, and welcome to 21 Questions. 21 Questions is our weekly Insta Live platform where we kind of get guests together, unpack their stories to empower and inspire you, the listener, and the viewer. If you want to check out any of our episodes, you can do so through our IGTV. We've got season 1, season 2, and now this is season 3 for this year. If you want to, and you're more of a YouTube person, hey, click the link in our bio. You can watch our TSD TV YouTube channel and watch them all there, man. Feel free to catch up. We're going to be having our first live event of 22. All right, 1st of March 2022. We're going to be having a sit down with Shola Amma. And it's similar to this. We get Shola to sit down, unpack her story, the highs, the lows, everything in between. And then we hand it over to you. We give you the opportunity to ask your own questions and get a bit more insight into things that you might be interested in. It's going to be a fun night. Food, networking, goodie bags, prizes, surprises. So we would love to have you. All you have to do is click the link in the bio, buy tickets. Tickets are there. There's quite a few still left. So if you want to come with a friend, please, we just want to welcome you down. It's going to be an amazing night. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait. But yeah, we've got a great evening for you. Please send this to people that you might be interested in it. Afterwards, we will put the full recording on the front of the page so you can watch it from top to bottom. And then we'll also put it on YouTube and we put it on our podcast. So hey, we're trying to just give you as many opportunities to watch it and engage as possible. But without further ado, I'm gonna come over to you, Gina. And we're going to see how you are. We're going to have guys, if this is your first time, please let me see a sofa in the comment section. Or even if it's not your first time, I just want to see it. Gina!
Hi.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Please, I'm shy.
You're not shy. Are you okay?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I like this background, you know.
No, I really don't. This green, hate the wall green. It's giving Ghana. Like,
But it looks like professional. Like this is your Insta room or something.
this green wall? No.
Yeah.
No, please, no. It's not a bit of me.
Well, welcome. Thank you for coming to 21 Questions.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no worries. So it works like this. You've got 21 questions or more. You've got one pass card. So if you don't answer the question, you can use your pass card.
Okay.
But I keep saying this, I think it's 73 now. 73 or 74 episodes that we've had, only one person has used their pass card.
Okay.
So you're in good hands. I'm sure you won't need it.
Okay.
Big up to everyone that's joining us right about now. This is this is 21 Questions with Just Gene. Big up Gina inside the building. And like I've been saying, look, we are having our first event of 2022. So the sit down with Shola Amma, the legendary songstress Shola Amma. We're going to sit down with her, unpack her story, and then we're going to hand it over to you to answer your questions. So if you want to come down to the event, 1st of March 2022, free food, prizes, surprises upon surprises, goodie bags. What more do you want? Come on down, click the link in our bio and buy your tickets. Hey, ya. All right. We got the mug up in the place. Anyway, promo. So let's get it cracking. So quick fire round. As it comes to you, answer it. Who inspires you the most?
My mum.
Okay. Why?
Because we're very similar.
Mm.
And she's just really cute.
She's cute. I love that.
Yeah, my mum. Like, I'm inspired by her, and I guess I just really want to make her proud. So she's, yeah.
Love that. You like thrillers, so what's the last thriller that you saw that really had you on edge?
Hold on, sorry, you literally cut up. What did you say?
Oh, I said you like thrillers. What was the last thriller that you watched that kept you on edge?
Oh, I don't know. gonna be honest. I haven't watched anything in a while that's like gripped me or like
Yeah.
has made me really obsessive.
Yeah.
No, I can't. No.
All right, soon come. Something from your childhood that you really miss. Maybe a dish, a cartoon, an experience.
This is gonna sound so greedy.
No, go.
Oh man, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is gonna sound really greedy, but I really miss school dinners.
No, I feel you.
I miss school dinners, and I miss the sprinkle cake with custards. That's what I miss.
Come on. Oh my gosh. And the portion sizes were so big.
Yeah, they were massive.
And the custard. Come on, sprinkle, gang. If you could ask God one question, what would that be?
Okay. I'm not gonna say what I really would ask.
Why?
But no.
Wait. Is that you using your pass card?
No, I'm gonna answer the question, but I'm just not. Okay, so I would ask God, why me? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why me?
Why you what?
So like, why? Because I feel like I've been chosen, right? Like, and I've got a purpose. And obviously, it's not even like growing up. What I'm doing now has got no correlation. So it's quite not random, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, everything makes sense.
Yeah.
So I would want to ask, like, yeah, like why me? Like why? Yeah, why me?
Yeah, well, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Ultimate cheat meal.
I'm too much of a greedy person to have one ultimate meal, man. There's too many. I'm gonna give you a meal. Okay. I want to give you a dessert.
Okay.
The dessert it's gonna have to be sticky toffee pudding or apple crumble. I can't.
Oh, okay.
That would be my ultimate dessert.
But when you say apple crumble, what type of crumble? Because certain crumbles is not crumbling.
I mean, the one where the majority of the dessert is crumble. Hello.
Amen. Just making sure we're on the same.
100%.
Not that dirty apple, soggy apple. Okay. What's your most memorable trip abroad?
Jamaica.
That came straight off your... Why?
No, honestly, it's the best holiday I've had because it was my first time in Jamaica and I went for a wedding. And to this day, it's been the best holiday, best wedding I've been to, hands down.
Nice. All right. Your biggest supporter. Who is your biggest supporter?
My mum.
Mummy. Is she on live? Is she on here?
I'm surprised she's not here, you know, to be honest with you. I'm really surprised I have her name.
Okay. Well, watch out for her.
She literally is everywhere.
Let me know when she comes in the building.
I will.
Something that made you smile this week.
I became an auntie today.
No way. Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
Come on. Boy or girl?
A boy.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
New life. Mm-hmm. A text that you fear receiving. A text or phone call.
Do you know what? Yeah, in a relationship, you know when you get that we need to talk text, it's always, man.
Have you had one of them?
No, and I'm not in a relationship, but I remember, I have had one. No, I've had one before, but yeah, I just remember the feeling.
Trust me, we need to talk, and it won't tell you what it is there and there. You have to wait. A purchase that you regret.
What do I regret buying?
Something that's just hanging in your wardrobe, doing nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. You're quite a savvy spender.
I wouldn't say I'm savvy, but like, I'm not an impulsive buyer though.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, because I'm impulsive, I don't usually. I don't regret things.
Okay. What's the first thing that you think when you enter a room full of strangers?
Oh, this is awkward. Do you know what? Do you know what? People find it hard to believe that I'm shy. I generally am shy, you know.
Okay.
Like, I'm, you know how, yeah, I get shy around people that I don't know, naturally. So I always have some kind of anxiety.
Okay. And how do you
Yeah.
get over it?
To be honest, within the first couple of minutes, it's never that bad. It's usually just me being in my head.
Yeah, I hear that. Last but not least, have you watched Tinder Swindler?
Of course,
What for you, when watching it, was the first red flag?
Okay, so for me, it was like, why would a billionaire be on Tinder? That was what I found weird.
Well, can't a billionaire be on Tinder?
I mean, not that they can't, but like, there's higher level dating sites.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Why would you be on Tinder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as it unfolded, what was the second red flag?
I kind of, to be honest, I knew it was going to not end up how it ended, but like, you know what annoys me? I think for me, it was like watching, I was just thinking, sis, like I not saw a red flag from her, but I saw how like it was going to unfold and she was going to really end up in the position she was in. Like the fact that she was a serial dater. How many matches did she have? Over 1,000 matches?
Over 1,000, yeah.
Like, you're a collector. Like, that was, I just thought, yeah, this is saying about you. Do you know what I mean?
Dude.
She gave me red flags, even.
Trust.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's your quick fire round. Light work. Because everyone else just joined us, this is 21 Questions with Just Gene. And again, I'm going to plug 1st of March 2022. Sit down with Shola Amma. Make sure you come down to our live event. Buy tickets, link in the bio. All right, let's get it. So, interestingly, I've watched different interviews with you, and you sent this once, and it really, really intrigued me. But you said it so quickly that I thought, no. I got to go back to it.
Really sad because this is really showing me that I'm in Ghana. The internet is not, it's not cooperating.
Oh, you're in Ghana now?
Yeah, so it's really.
Oh, snap.
You keep cutting. Oh, wait, you thought this green wall was in the United Kingdom, don't you?
I thought it's your bedroom.
Do not be rude.
Gina, you're lying. That's your bedroom. I know that's your bedroom.
No, I made that the whole thing about it's giving Ghana the wall, please.
Okay, I said I'd watch some of your videos, and you said
doing it again.
Okay,
Hello?
Okay. You want to try again? Try and log on.
Now.
Yeah, you're gonna try and log on again. All right, cool. No, I said that you said in a previous interview, or actually a video of yours, that my upbringing wasn't the best. And I wanted to know why. What was it about your upbringing, your childhood, that wasn't the best?
Hey, first question. Damn. I'd say I had a lot of challenges, basically. Like family life, social life. So I feel like I had like a lot of, you know, I'm trying to be politically correct. Because my mom,
don't worry, mom is not here yet. So.
I'm like, oh, let me, you know. But yeah, I just feel like I had a lot of challenges growing up, which made certain things a lot more difficult for me. And with me, I kind of gave off the vibe that I wasn't bothered by nothing, or I didn't care, even though I really did. So I kind of like held a lot in. So yeah. And
then that came out in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you talked about, in one video, the kind of, actually, I don't want to go into that part yet, actually. I'm going to come to that. But with the family things that were happening, were there any moments where, when you look back, you can just remember yeah, my childhood was good. I liked these parts of my childhood or growing up.
Of course, like it wasn't all terribly bad.
Yeah.
And can I be honest? You know, all my great memories, they're related to food.
That's fine. Let them bring them on.
Put it out there.
We like food over here.
Yeah. So it wasn't all bad.
Yeah. Did you have any family traditions?
Not really, you know. No.
And what was your relationship with your mum and your dad? Like even from there compared to how it is kind of now?
So I was a daddy's girl growing up, like literally attached to his hip. And then when I became a teenager, I became nobody's child. and then I guess I found rebellion. And, me and my mum have got really close over the last, I'd say like 5 years. I feel like me and my mum, our relationship got a lot better the older I got. So yeah.
What did age do? What did those years do?
I think maturity on my side, and also I guess she just understood me. Or like, to be fair, one thing I love about my mum is my mum kind of always let me be me. So growing up, my mum wasn't like, I wasn't raised in a really strict household. So she just let me be me, if that makes sense. So as I got older, she again just continued to let me be me. And then when I started doing all the stuff I was doing, she was there supporting kind of every step of the way. I guess originally in the beginning she had her reservations, but because she could see how passionate I was and she knew that I was very stubborn, so I was going to do whatever I wanted to do anyway. Yeah. She kind of just was like, yeah, do your thing. And then I guess through that, that's how we kind of bonded and got really close. What effect does having a parent who understands you and the quirks, everything and all, how does that help you progress as an individual? Because a lot of African children, they say, oh, my parents, they didn't know me. So it drove them the opposite way. But for you, how did it help? Do you know what? My mum's like my best friend. Like I can talk to her about anything. But the thing is, it wasn't always like that though. So when I was in secondary school, we weren't that close. When I was in uni, we weren't really that close. It literally has happened like over the last couple of years. And for me, it's amazing because I can just be who I am. And then I feel more confident in doing the things that I want to do because I know that she's supportive regardless. Like my mum is on every social media platform that I have. She's on my Snapchat, my Twitter, my Instagram. She's everywhere. So I can't even hide things from her, but I don't have to because I don't have a mum who's gonna tell me off. Do you know what I mean? She just accepts that this is my daughter, this is how she is, and this is who she is, and I'm gonna embrace her as she is, and it just makes life easier for me because I get to live my truth. And you don't have to hide. There's no. Yeah. That's beautiful. That is. Do you know what? I've done. Like I said, I've done about 70. I'd say about 73 of these, and the generation I'm talking to, so many of them are telling me about the relationship that they have with their parents. There's one like you're describing, a close relationship. I can talk to them about anything and how it empowers them. And it's just so interesting that like you said, the older that we get, there's certain things that get put to the side and we become equal with our parents. And then we kind of see them as, I don't know, we see them as people and not parents. Yeah, not our parents. So you said you from daddy's girl to mummy's friend. So what's your dad relationship like then? I mean, we didn't get along for a very long time, but now we're cool. Yeah. Yeah. We're cool. We're surprisingly cool. Why surprisingly? That makes sense because it's the 180s wild. But again, that comes from maturity on my side. If that makes sense. Because I feel like with African parents, they're going to be your parents, and the generation that he's from, it was never going to be a case of like him meeting me halfway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
my
it was
way.
just those ones where I just had to accept that, you know what, this is how you are. It is what it is, and I can't continue to internalize it because it's not worth it. So, yeah.
I like that. I like that. How many siblings do you have?
Woo! Right. So my dad has 15 kids.
Fifth.
Yeah, one five.
Lord.
My mum has 2 outside of my dad.
Mm.
So altogether, I have 16 brothers and sisters that I am aware of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But okay, so who are you closest to?
My 2 older brothers and my younger sister.
Okay. And how has that kind of relationship morphed over the time? Some people start off fighting, you know, I hate you.
Yeah. Me and my little sister, it's so interesting because we hated each other at one point. Well, I wouldn't say hate, but we've got a really big age gap. So there's 11 and a half years between us.
Whoa.
Yeah, big age gap. But now, she's literally like my friend. And although there's still that big age gap, like, I still have a close relationship with her. And then with my brothers, we're quite close in age. So our relationship's kind of been the same, like, throughout.
Nice. And, you know, all that you've been through, from parents, siblings, all these people are going to be pouring into you. How does it shape your outlook on you being a parent one day if you choose to have kids?
I'm excited to be a parent, and I think, yeah, like both my brothers have children, so I'm an auntie.
And your auntie, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'll do all right. I think I'll be all right.
Is there anything that you are very adamant that I'm going to take this into parenthood? This helped me. I want to do it for my children.
The relationship I have with my mum. So with my mum, from young, she kind of just trusted me. And because she trusted me, it didn't force me to rebel or like I rebelled in my own way, but that was more for other reasons. It weren't because my mum and my parents didn't trust me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think she even had too much trust for me, to be honest with you. So because of that, like, she didn't have to worry about me in certain aspects. So I would definitely adopt that same approach. Would like to adopt that same approach when I have children.
100%. Love that. Looking at young Gina, there was in a video again, there was a quote you said, if they're not going to come from my skin color, they're going to come from my weight. And, you know.
No, research, I'm done.
If they're not going to come from my skin color, they're going to come from my weight. And I remember watching that video in particular, and it was so. I've got a scar on my head here, and there was things that you were saying that I was like, oh my gosh, like, geez, I connect with things where you had to, you know, you said if you was in dance class, you would have to jump a certain way so that your body wouldn't shake. You know, and I was just wondering, you know, how was it having those two things to battle with? Someone might say, okay, I can just get rid of my weight and that's it. But you had being black and that being obvious as well to do with. Tell me about the double, I call it the double insecurity.
You know what? For me, it just caused me to be aggressive, so to speak. So, like, I was always like the loud one, the one who came across really confident. But like I said, for me, it was all a facade. Like, it was all like a coping mechanism, because it was always like, do you know what? If you give off like a boisterous kind of character, people are gonna think twice about testing you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I navigated through it. I just picked up a persona of like, all right, cool. Like, I'll get you before you get me, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And with the comfort eating, there was a quote you also said that my mum and dad never understood why I ate. And how, you know, now that you're more open with your mum, do those conversations ever happen where you're like, this is what I was going through in that time, and I'm really unpacking it, or is that just that's gone now? We just look
No,
to the future.
like I've never like unpacked that side of things. No.
Mm.
When you just said it now, I just thought, oh yeah.
Do you know?
But yeah,
I was watching a. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Oh no, I said I was watching a documentary on Gemma Collins, and she was talking about her childhood and how it caused her to self-harm. So her thing was self-harming, and her mum, when talking about it with her mum would always brush over it because she said she didn't want to make it a big deal. And so when she spoke to her mum about it, her mum would be like, "Oh, you were fine. There was nothing wrong with you back then. It was just a phase." And so I wonder for you, how did your mum kind of perceive it? Did she see it as just a phase? Did she see it as something serious? And how did she deal with it?
I think she was concerned because I do remember like she tried loads of different ways to get to lose weight. So like, you know those telly shopper TV channels?
Yeah.
Where like you'd have different machines at the cross trainer, like
Yeah.
I had all of them in my house. Like and obviously it was for her as well, but she wanted to really try and encourage me to lose weight and stuff. But I guess like a lot of people back then anyway, I guess access to stuff like weight loss and how to do it the correct way and stuff wasn't really available.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to nutrition. So she obviously didn't know how to go about doing it, but I did see her try and encourage me like by having like all these machines and stuff.
Yeah. What would you say what would you give as advice to parents who might have, children who are dealing with eating disorders, especially more so comfort eating, things that maybe helped you?
I think just try and identify what the triggers are. What triggers the person to kind of go down that road, and then find out why they do it. So what do they gain from it? Do you know what I mean? What feeling they get, and then try and I guess replicate that feeling with something a lot more positive. Find like a better outlet. But it's something that you have to kind of discover together. So you have to be willing to have an open-minded conversation and create a safe space for the child or the person to be able to feel like they can actually talk about it without being judged, or do you know what I mean?
That's deep. What were your triggers? What triggered you to go to comfort eating?
Family life. And then like being bullied about my weight in school, which was obviously not like it didn't make sense, but it's like you get bullied for your weight and then you end up comfort eating to make yourself feel better, but that's not going to help your situation. It's going to make it worse. Yeah.
What was tell me about a dark day, one of the days when you was like, rah, this is serious?
Do you know what it was? It's like I'd eat in school. After school I'd get food on the way home. Like I used to eat chicken and chips every day. Then I might go to my friend's house and eat dinner there, and then go home and eat dinner again. So it's like it's constant eating, and then by the time you get to the end of the day, it's like I want to pop. No, but do you know what I mean? But then it's like you're feeling of physically sick, but it's like, and you know what it is. You know when you know that doing this isn't going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
You know you're going to feel rubbish at the end, but you do it anyway. Because secretly you're chasing that horrible feeling to justify feel bad.
Damn.
Do you get my...
Yeah. And so when you would overeat, did you ever find the release that you wanted, or was it always out of your grasp?
No, I didn't. And to be honest, I can only reflect on this now as an adult. So at the time, I didn't realize what I was doing or why I was doing it or what I was chasing. But it's only upon reflection now that I can be like, okay, cool. This is kind of the cycle and the routine.
Man. And in terms of like relationships, like boyfriends, and how did it ever creep into the relationships? The insecurities that you had as well?
Oh, Yeah, but it really is. But you know what? I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Otherwise, we'll be here for hours, literally. But yeah, no, it did. I think a lot of the issue with like my weight and my physical appearance definitely affected me in loads of different ways.
Yeah. Coming out of that, you spoke about going for a run. And there's a quote again. You said, "I wanted to fix my mental state, and fitness was the cure." And at the time, running wasn't necessarily your thing, but you went for a little jog and you were speaking to yourself. I wanted to know, what were you on that little jog? What were you saying? What kind of things were you saying to yourself?
Do you know what I used to do? And it sounds really weird, but I used to do things like I used to say things like I used to have like checkpoints. So like if it was hard, it was always hard. But let's say like I had to reach a certain amount of time or a certain I'd say to myself, okay, cool, if you make it to distance, whatever it is you're dealing with, or like all this drama or like this negative feeling will literally disappear once you get to like that checkpoint. So that's kind of how I used to like force myself to get past the physical pain and just get there.
That's good.
And obviously things didn't disappear.
Yeah.
But at that moment, it just kind of helped me block out the pain and be like, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of moved to the mental side of things rather than the physical.
Yeah, no, when I first started working out, it was nothing to do with the physical at all. It was literally all for my mental. Because I found that I literally would talk to myself, not out loud, but like I just found myself really in my thoughts and like releasing like the stuff that I was feeling. And sometimes I'd even cry. And obviously you don't like, I wasn't a person who would like be emotional in front of people. So yeah, I'd be in a mood and you'd know I was upset or down, but like I wouldn't be a person that would openly cry in front of people. So like if I could cry whilst I'm running, and I used to run in the nighttime, so it's not like people are physically going to see me crying. But yeah,
mad. And I think that seems to underpin a lot of what you do now, where you're helping people with the mental side of it first and how they see themselves and how they view themselves. But the fitness comes out of a result of that. And for you, you've gone on to do therapy. And I was going to ask you, what have been some of the benefits of therapy?
So some of the benefits are, I guess, dealing with things that you've locked away for years. So I'm a person who's done that for long. So it's actually kind of having to face whatever traumas, whatever issues you've kind of buried, and not on a surface level, like actually get to the root cause of the problem. And then also forgive yourself, because I feel like with me, I get really annoyed at myself for feeling a certain type of way. And therapy's taught me to be a lot more kinder to myself. Yeah.
Trust me. I started about a year ago, and similar to you, my therapist said, be kinder to the child in you. Be kinder to that person. I was like, what are you talking about? She said, from the past, you've just been hard on yourself. Why, like you said, why do you think the way you think? You shouldn't be still here. You should be here. I said, chill, relax, be kinder to yourself. And it's something that you said therapy has really stressed the importance of choosing your life partner and raising children for me.
No, you know what? Yeah, that day when I tweeted that, the first I had me in a chokehold. No, it was, and to be fair, I've done therapy twice. So I started 3 times. So I started 2019. So leading up to my 30th, I thought, do you know what? I don't want to take, so this is my theory. I was like, okay, you've taken childhood trauma into your teens, and then you've taken childhood trauma, teen trauma into your 20s.
Come on.
What you don't want to do is take childhood trauma, teen trauma into your 30s. So sis, get it together. So that was like the main reason why I thought, okay, let me start. So I did it for the best part of a year, and it was really good. And then I stopped. And then I started again last year, May. and then stopped in July because my therapist went away. So she does this thing where when it's 6 weeks holidays, she takes 6 weeks off as well. But I kind of felt like I'd come to like a halt with her. And I felt like, although I was doing therapy, I felt like I wasn't really being honest. I felt like I was still kind of doing what I always do by like manipulating situations and not being as transparent as I could. And then it was like, so how am I really benefiting from this if I'm not actually committing? So I said to myself, this year, I'm going to start afresh and be with like fresh book and be so honest and open. So when I first started, I said to my therapist, I was like, look, I've done therapy before, and in the past, I found like I was kind of manipulating the conversations. I wasn't being as transparent as I could be. So challenge me.
Wow.
Yeah, I was, because I want to actually genuinely benefit from this process. Yeah. So I've started with someone fresh and someone new, and I've let her know, and she definitely has been challenging me. Why I tweeted that tweet, but I think yes, I think it's really highlighted the importance, because I feel like with me, a lot of my issues come from childhood.
A lot of people.
As a child, a lot of the stuff that I dealt with were not in my control. So I'm now having to pay for therapy for stuff that I didn't ask to experience. You know what I mean? So it's a bit annoying.
That's a tweet.
Yeah, it's annoying because I'm like,
yeah, 1 mile. Yeah.
But it's what it is.
It's good. It's good. I like to hear people that are doing that, because I think I think everyone should have some level of therapy that they're comfortable with, because I think we're all unpacking something. And I've got a 2-year-old daughter, so your tail end of that quote, well, I don't want my future kids to have to heal from the trauma I caused due to the environment that I raised them in. And I've, my daughter now, I'm so mindful of, am I spilling my cup on her? I don't want to spill my cup on her. So I've got to try my best to be the best individual I can be, because ultimately that will help me be the best father that I can be. You know, and but yeah, definitely therapy unpacks that and helps us to really see where things are coming from. So yeah, beautiful. Big up to everyone that's joined us. 21 questions with Just Gene. If you've got a question, please, at the bottom of the screen, there is a function where you can put your questions there. Let me know what you're saying in the building. And if you've just come halfway through and you want to watch this all the way back, don't worry. After we finish, it's going to be on the main page. All right, let's go to the glow up. Everybody say glow up.
Glow up.
You have done amazing things, man. After that kind of situation and getting your mind in check, your body got in check in a sense and followed that. And but there was somebody that was helping you along the way. Somebody that I think everybody needs in their corner. A big boat.
Oh, Michael!
Big up Michael. Big up Michael.
Big up Big Boat.
So I would like to know. Tell me about the power of having a big boat, someone like Michael in your corner, and how he's helped.
Do you know what? He's godsend. He's a godsend, because he basically used to work in the gym across the road from my house, like literally walking distance. And then I would always go there just to chill. So I didn't go there to work out. And his work environment was so cool. Like, they didn't kind of moan when his friends came around. I became friends with all the staff members. Do you know what I mean? So like, Gina's here, or he's in there, or he's whatever. So I'd go there so often, and he was just like, "You spend so much time here. Why don't you just train?"
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to train. I don't want to train. I just weren't really. I just thought, nah. And he was like, "No, trust me. Like, you'll actually enjoy it." So I just started going with him, and whenever he was training, I'd go and join in on his sessions, or sometimes he'd train me if it was quiet. And then I just started to really, really enjoy it. And he was so encouraging.
Oh, good.
Like, again, running isn't my thing, and obviously he's a sprinter, so running was always his thing. And what I loved about Michael was, you know how sometimes you obviously have your own routine, the way you train, and like for him, being an athlete, it's like you're very stuck and regimented in your routine. And I felt like coming would not throw him off, but like I was never gonna like train to his ability or kind of be on par with him. But he always had time for me. Like he never made me feel like I was imposing, or I'd even get him to like change his training times just so I could come, and he was
Jeez.
yeah.
Big up, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
With your new mind, new body, was there any new body insecurities that you had?
Oh yeah. So this is the thing. No, because I'm going to be transparent. Right now, like I don't feel like I'm in my best shape, and the thing is, I feel like it's so hard here because I was someone who always had issues with my physical appearance growing up, and then obviously I made that transition, and now I still have issues with my physical appearance because I'm in the public eye, right? So there's a lot more scrutiny now. There's a lot more opinions. There's a lot more of people like expecting you to look a certain type of way. So because all of that comes with the territory, I'm extremely hard on myself. So it's annoying because it's like sometimes I'm like, Gina, you literally have just done a 360.
That's it.
Like you're kind of still in the same position, just in a different way. But it's hard. Even the other day, right? So I posted a picture on Instagram, which and the thing is, I'm very, very critical of myself. So even ask my videographer, like whenever we film, if I'm not feeling that anger, I'm like, bro.
We got Marv.
I'm like, no, we're not doing this. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very, very critical of like myself in pictures, in videos, whatever, right? But I also do like to be honest and real. I'm not perfect. Do you know what I mean? So I posted a picture, and again, like, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the picture. Like, I thought it was fine. And then I got a DM from a friend who I even train with, and the message rattled me. And it was like, the message was, oh, you might want to delete this picture. Look at how your stomach looks. And then they circled, like they actually screenshotted and circled it. And then I was like,
wow.
I was like, wait a minute. So I didn't have a complex before, but now you're really giving me the biggest complex. I got so in my feelings, like so in my feelings. And then and shout out to my Train to Slay girls. They're so supportive because I brought it to them and I was like, look, just so you know, like this is the kind of stuff that I have to deal with. Like no one's perfect, but obviously I like to be transparent. And they were just like, but this is why we love you, because you're not perfect. Like you're human and you're relatable. So screw him, whatever. And I was like, no, I know. And the thing is, I know he didn't mean it from a bad place, but he's not a malicious person. And again, it's someone I know. If it was from a stranger, then I'd be like, okay, you're just being a troll. So I know that he had my best interest. But I was just like, but that's the prime example of like how easy it is to kind of, although be in shape or to be a person, people definitely perceive you to be a certain type of way. And if you're not, then it's just like, oh, yeah.
Damn. And what made you not take it down?
Because I generally liked the thing is, I generally liked the picture. I was really annoyed because I was like, oh, now you're in my head. And I was really annoyed. I was like, you've just literally come here and dumped your poo in my head, and now you've gone. I'm living here free. And yeah, but I was like, the pictures it's been up for ages. I wasn't going to take it down. And to be honest, it's because I generally was okay with posting it. If do you know what? If I'm honest, if I was a bit hesitant, then I would have, after that message, I would have taken it down. I would have been like, nope, because it would have confirmed what I felt. Yeah. But yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, because I think, like you said, behind the scenes, you would assume the transition is enough. And once you transition, you're just in a state of maintaining that, and that's fine. You're good, my body. But with new levels come new situations that you've got to deal with.
My friend always says, new levels comes with new devils. And literally, like, that's the case.
That's mad. And so do you, in quotes, new body now, do you still have triggers where, say it?
1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
what triggers to like overeat and stuff? you know what?
Or is that morphed into something else?
I don't have triggers that take me back to like how I used to be, but I do have moments where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna regret this later. But I'm in my feelings, so here we go. And and then I regret it later, but then I'm like, all right, the next day comes. Like the good thing is, before it was like a continuous cycle.
Yeah.
So if I'm already in the routine, it's just going to continue. Now I can snap out of it like the next day, or wake up and be like, all right, cool, we're doing things differently today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what I mean? Because once, like, I don't taste that horrible feeling anymore. So once I get that feeling, it's a reminder of, okay, cool, this isn't where you want to be. So change direction.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. You spoke about Train to Slay. Talk to me about building that community and how it's been like a help to you and a help to other people at the same time.
So I started Train to Slay in 2018, and it wasn't even meant to be. It wasn't meant to be what it is, if that makes sense. It was just like, I want to create a brand separate to Just Gene, and I wanted to bridge the gap between training and looking good, because I felt like everyone just wanted to look good and everyone wanted to slay, but then no one really wanted to no one really wanted to train, or kind of like took in that you needed to train to slay and whatnot. So that's kind of why I started the brand. And then I did a couple of challenges and stuff, but then lockdown came. And I guess that's when I really kind of built the community. So I started doing the live workouts and stuff. And I realized that we all needed it. And I literally created like a sisterhood. And it's so funny. I say this now, like, even if I didn't want to continue to do Train to Slay, I would not be allowed to not do it.
Yeah.
Like, these women will not allow me to not. Like, it's and they remind me constantly how much it helps them, how it's encouraged them, and just how, I guess, beautiful the sisterhood is as a whole.
Yeah.
And so many beautiful friendships have been birthed from that group. That obviously probably wouldn't have happened like on a normal day and stuff. So it's amazing, because it definitely helps me. And last year, I feel like was probably one of the most challenging years I've had in a very long time mentally. And they literally kept me going. Like, they kept me going because I had to show up. And if anyone knows me personally, when I'm going through stuff, I can disappear. Like, for me, my instant thing is to disappear off the face of the earth. And then when I reappear, it's like, yeah, you've been going through some things because you're tiny. Like, that's usually what happens. But with the last year, because I had to show up for them, I didn't have the opportunity to disappear and just be my feelings like I normally would. So I'm so grateful, because it kept me going and kept me on my toes and just kind of kept me pushing, even though I didn't really want to do it, because I had, it was better for me anyway.
Mm-hmm. If we've got any TTS ladies in the building, please put TTS in the comments, please. Train to Slay. You have done collabos upon collabos. In the Sunday Times, they said that you are one of the 7 influencers to work out. How did that feel for you? Seeing that
was crazy. Because it was crazy because, you know, when you look at the people that they're mentioning, I'm just like, me? Yeah, it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. Like, so basically I knew the piece was coming out, in terms of, I got approached and was just like, oh, I'm writing a piece about you. Can you send me some pictures? And that was literally it. So I didn't know what it was going to say, or who else was involved, and do you know what I mean? But no, it was a beautiful moment.
Would you say that's one of your proudest moments, or other moments?
I think my proudest moment has got to be the GymShark, the store. Like, when I came to London 2 weeks ago and I walked past the store and I saw myself, I was like, no. Like, I was like, that's me. And it was so funny because one guy walked past and was like, oh my gosh, that's you. I was like, it is. He was like, that's sick. And I was like, oh my God. Like, no, it gassed me. I was just like, yeah, Gina, never doubt yourself again. Can you see like what you're doing?
And even the event that you did, and you put it on your Instagram, that whole story with the bottle throwing.
Oh, Yeah.
Because I don't know how I came across it. Maybe it was the reels, but when I watched that story, the GymShark element was inspiring, but that
I
was the
know.
cherry. That was the cherry on it
Sorry, yeah.
because it was so vulnerable. It was so it. It was. It really gave you an insight into what it takes to stay committed and follow through with what you're chasing. Because you could have just said, you know what, yeah, no pictures today, really. Not really doing press. But you documented everything and you went through. And I think for you, when you look back at that situation, did you think you were ever going to make it all the way through it? Especially mentally.
Do you know what? Yes, because I had to.
Mm.
Like there was just no other way out of it, if that makes sense. So it was like it was. Do you know what? It's so weird because when the situation happened, obviously I knew it was coming. I was really excited about it. So it was like, okay, cool. This is an amazing opportunity I'm gonna get.
Oh, sorry.
And then,
For those who may not even know what I'm talking about, give us a brief synopsis of what happened.
okay, so this is why timing is everything, right? Because the shoot that I did for the billboard for GymShark was like 2 days before. So
What?
yeah, it's crazy. So even when I was in the hospital, I was like, oh my gosh, if this happens, like if this happened before the shoot, I physically wouldn't have been able to do the shoot because there's no way I'm because it took a while to heal. So I was like, I just wouldn't have been able to get away with it. But so for those of you that don't know, basically I went out on a night out with my friends and a group of boys were fighting, and then I wasn't near the group of boys because everyone seems to think, oh, I remember the first response was, oh, why are you hanging around with people that behave like this? And why would you do this? Guys, now's not the time for your lectures. But anyway, group of boys were fighting and I wasn't next to them, but I wasn't too far off anyway. And then a bottle got thrown at a distance. So imagine like a Hennessy bottle. Got thrown at a distance and it literally hit my mouth, and straight away like I just knew what happened because the impact was so mad and the pain was so instant. It just literally knocked out my front right tooth, then blood.
Jeez.
So when like I'm like, and obviously at the time adrenaline, right? So I'm not even really taking in what happened and whatnot. And we leave the venue and then we go outside and I'm sat at a random bus stop with no shoes on, just blood coming from my mouth. And then I remember saying to my friend, like, we need to go to hospital. And then I was like, oh, but I've got a GymShark event in a week. And she was like, why are you thinking about that? And I was like, you don't understand. Like, I need to do this event and I have no clue. What the hell? No, I was like, wait, I've got this event. Like, how? That was the only thing I cared about. Like, and then the thought of not being able to do the event got me so emotional. Like, every time I was crying, I was just crying, thinking about, oh, have I fumbled the bag? Like, am I not going to be able to do this thing on Saturday? Because I was just like, I've worked too hard for this moment, so I need it to all come together. So yeah, and then obviously the lead up to it, obviously I told my agent like literally like 4 hours after it happened. So like 4 a.m. And then again I said to her, I was like, oh, but I'm still doing the event on Saturday. And she was just like, Gina, that's not important right now. And I was like, no, I just need you to know that we're still good.
Don't be making no phone calls.
So I was like, yeah, we're good. And she was just like, Gina, we can talk about that later. And then on the Monday, she was like, okay, cool, just tell them. I was like, yeah, you can tell them what happened, but just tell them on Saturday I'm still going to be there. It's fine. And so they were like, are you sure? Like, they were really accommodating. Like, we totally understand if you're not up for it and stuff. And I was like, nah. So, like, that week was just literally, like, I remember every morning my mum and sister would come into my bedroom and just look at my face to see if the swelling had gone down and was like, okay, we'll try again tomorrow. Okay, maybe tomorrow. Hey, Wednesday, why is it not going down? Like, it was cute because obviously everyone just really wanted me to be able to do it on the Saturday. And then it was like, okay, cool. When you go, Gina, just don't overwork yourself. Take your time. Don't make it worse. And when I first got there, I was in my feelings. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't enjoy the moment. I was so insecure about my mouth and the whole thing. I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. And I remember my agent said to me, she was like, Gina, you're acting like you were invited here as a guest. You weren't invited, like, go up and basically get over you. And then my mum was like the same thing. She was like, Gina, because I was wearing a mask. And she was like, take off the mask. Like, it doesn't look that bad. And no one's gonna say anything. And even if they do, like, it's part of your story. Do you know what I mean? So just get over it. And so after that, I just thought, yeah, man, let me just take off this mask and get over it. And I did. And then I got a bit emotional and I was fine.
And you killed it. You smashed it. And I think loads of people, once people saw that video as well, it just gives it more color, more context, the win is actually more powerful. Because it's not just the fitness, it's willpower, strength, mental strength. And for you, coming on the day, and just like you said about the insecurities, that's immediately going to take you back to those situations of the bullying, etc. But you push through that, and we salute you, man. We salute you, and we thank you for documenting it. Because if you didn't document it, you wouldn't know. All right, last few things then. Working with brands being black, and in like the fitness space, black fitness entrepreneurs. I wonder for you, you're in it. Is it still scarce, or are we filling it out a bit more now?
Sorry, the Ghana internet didn't allow.
The Ghana internet. I said, so in terms of the fitness space, are black entrepreneurs now starting to fill it out, or is it still a bit scarce?
I think there's definitely a lot more representation than there was before, but I feel like there's still a lot more way to go, if that makes sense. Like, we're not there. But I am seeing brands being a lot more mindful and actually considering like black talent and putting black people forward for jobs that they deserve. Do you know what I mean? I found it interesting though, because I feel like, okay, for me, it was very interesting because what I found in 2020, which is when the whole Black Lives Matter movement started, a lot of brands or like newspaper articles and magazines who were knocking on my door to get quotes or like my opinions on certain things were all people I'd kind of tried to work with in the past who weren't responsive. And you know what kills me is when the message is, oh my gosh, we absolutely love your brand. No, you don't. Because I've been knocking on your door and you haven't been opening because Black Lives Matter. You know, you want to kind of put me forward or get my response on a certain thing. Or the common question was, how do you feel about, you know, the lack of diversity in the fitness industry? And I was like, I've been screaming about this for years. Like, anybody who's been following me for a very long time will know that I've spoken about this. I've done an interview on this. Like, it's something that I'm very vocal about. So I have a lot to say on this topic, but I guess you guys didn't really think it was even an issue or even care. It's only now because people are making a big deal out of it that you want to talk about it. And I guess I was conflicted at the time because I was like, am I kind of selling myself short because now they want to work with me because it's on trend? And then I thought, you know what? This benefits both people either way. So even if they are, I'm still also getting exposure and getting put on a platform that I didn't have access to before. So we can both play the game.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah.
Your faith. How has your faith helped you through your life journey up till now?
It's helped massively because, it has to be faith because a lot of things just haven't made sense here. But like, I didn't plan any of this. Like, I feel like I've literally winged everything. I've winged it all, and everything's always kind of falling into place and alignment. And that's why I'm a firm believer that this is my purpose. You know what I mean? So even like the stuff about me going for a run and stuff, like, it was like God was speaking to me, told me to go for a run. I mean, I wasn't a runner. I wasn't someone that enjoyed running or exercising, but it got put on my heart that I should go outside and run. Do you know what I mean? And then I did that. And then through that, I've managed to get to where I'm at right now. So everything that's happened, I know is not because of me or my actions. It's, do you know what I mean? It's all been written from before, which is why in the beginning I said I believe I'm chosen, and it's a case of like why.
Yeah, why me? Yeah. I was gonna. I forgot to ask you. I wanted to ask about your reels, your real life. How are you finding that? I know you're working with Marvin Brown. Big up Marvin. What's the response been like? Yeah, because since Facebook introduced it and said, it's reels, 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 reels. When you're an entrepreneur, especially in your space, you've got to maneuver quickly, and you've got to certain things. You've got to jump on the trend. How has it been exposing that side of you, that comical, funny side of you?
You know what's funny? I remember early days, I used to cringe or get really because I guess loads of people didn't really know people didn't know I was funny. So I feel like when I started doing the reels, people were like, Gina, you're actually funny. Like, hilarious. What do you mean? But I guess it was like I had to psych myself up and let Gina, some of this stuff is hella corny and it's cringe, but it's a side of you, like it's actually part of your character. You're actually a clown. Like behind closed doors, you're an idiot. So it's just adding another element to your brand. And I feel like when you show more personality, people gravitate to you a lot more. And also big up Marv, because he literally brought it out of me. And I remember I said to him, I was like, why did you think that I'd be good at this stuff? Like, do you know what I mean? And he was just like, what did he say? He was like, oh, I think we did something randomly, and he was just like, you just got it. And I thought, no, like she can actually do this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were laughing the other day because I said to him, oh, we should do a behind the scenes video of like all like the stuff that goes on behind the scenes when I mess up. And he was like, Gina, but you don't mess up. I was like, oh. He was like, no, you're actually a pro. He was like, but it's so funny because Gina, in the early stages, you were so painful to watch. I was like, I remember, and he was laughing because obviously back then it was lockdown, right? So I was filming a lot of it myself and then sending it over to him to edit. And he was like, whenever he got a text from me where I would say, well, what do you suggest? He was like, I'm always angry. And I was just like, yeah, because sometimes I just think, oh, do you know what I mean? Like in the beginning, my little sister, she'd always have to record it for me. And she'd be like, I'm going to bed. Not because she was going to bed, she was just fed up of like the constant takes.
And do you enjoy it now?
No, the thing is, I absolutely love making reels because I get to be creative. And I don't take myself too seriously. Like I'm not afraid to look like an idiot. So, like, bring it on.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
What have you got coming up next? What can we look forward to?
Like, okay, so this year, more content. I feel like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've upped the levels a bit already. So, yeah, you're just going to get a lot more dope content from me. More consistency. I feel like I'm consistent anyway. And I've definitely, from last year to this year, I've definitely like upped the consistency in terms of how often I give content out and stuff like that. I hopefully more amazing brand collaborations.
Who would be your dream if you saw that email in the morning tomorrow?
Honestly, I don't know, you know. Basically, my agent's like, she's like, I'm in bondage with GymShark. She literally is like, you are in bondage. And I was like, I really love them. I am in bondage with GymShark. So like, I feel like I've already got like the dream collaboration. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like when I first started fitness, the brand that I always wanted to work with was GymShark. So my face on their building, I'm just like, you did that. Do you know what I mean?
How did that one come about?
So we was working on the event, basically. So we're having a conversation about the event, and then we was on a call, and then she was like, oh, I've got something else I want to ask you. And then, yeah, she just was like, oh, you know, we're doing the store's coming out, da, 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 da. And I thought it was more going to be a conversation about, oh, you know, when we do open, maybe getting me in to do classes and stuff. And then she was just like, oh, like, we're doing a shoot, we want to cover the building, and and we want to put you forward. And I was like, sorry. And it was like, it's not confirmed, but we'll have more information by Monday. That weekend, I was like, Mummy, you better pray and fast because this needs to land, literally. And then, yeah, Monday, they was just like, yeah, well, it was so funny because I remember my agent called me and we just both, she screamed, I screamed because I knew what it meant. It was just like, like screaming and was like, Gina, like, you're actually doing this. I was like, wow, like, yeah, it was crazy. So honestly, I feel like that's been like, it's always been like the dream collab for me. So I've definitely done it. But I'm open, you know, if anybody else wants to work with me, I'm here. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Your last question then is years from now, when you put down the dumbbells and everything and the billboard is not there anymore, and what would you want people to remember Gina for?
I think I would want them to remember me for being the person who is literally, like, I feel like one of the main things about my brand is just being like the girl next door who's able to just go above and beyond. So like literally there's nothing special about me. I don't know what my name means. Like Just Gene is, I'm nothing more, nothing less than just Gina.
Okay.
Gene, do you know what I mean? That's myself. So if I can do it and achieve all the stuff I kind of set out to do and put my mind to, then why can't anyone else?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. I just want to inspire and encourage people to just persevere, especially even like after the accident and stuff. Like I feel like for me, it really showed me how resilient I was. And for anyone who knows me personally, last year 2021 had me in a chokehold. Like it was literally one thing after the other, like in my personal life. This, like that just kept knocking me. And I literally, I was suffocating. And I thought, nah, I'm legitimately suffocating in life. Like what is going on? But through it all, I just showed up and just kind of did what I had to do. So I feel like now, I don't think anything in life can faze me. Like I don't think, and even if it does, I always know that I'm just gonna get over it or get through it. I always do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please can we have a round of applause in the comment section, please? Big up, Gina. I love it. Love it. Thank you for your time today, man. You made it through 21 questions. And you didn't use your pass card.
No. Thank you.
Are you staying in Ghana? Are you coming back?
Oh, I'm gonna come back.
Okay. Soon. When? Well, thank you for this evening, man. We always say that anybody that comes on, if we choose you to come on this platform, it's because we support you, we champion you. Anything that you're doing, we'll be behind it. So if you put something out there and you see our name, we tweet it within a second. That's why. So keep doing what you're doing.
Told you, my look at her.
Hey, which one?
I know 16.
Ah, mommy, I'm on the floor. Mommy, welcome. We've heard so much about you, so thank you. But yeah, we support you, man, and we're rooting for you. So keep doing amazing things, and more billboards, more faces on buildings, more classes, more slaying. All right.
Thank you.
Take care. God bless.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for 21 questions with Just Gene. Like I said, look, if it really resonated with you, leave a message in the comments section, but also be prepared to share it with someone that you feel tonight could benefit from it. If you've never seen or heard about this sit down, this is the things that we do. We curate conversations that can empower and inspire. So follow our page, man. Follow our page. Click the link in the bio and watch. We've got like 73 other episodes just like this. The 1st of March 2022, we'd love you to come down to our live event. We're going to be having the sit down, something similar to this, with Shola Amma. Okay, the the songstress, the legendary songstress. So come, let's meet in person. Lockdown is coming off and everything, so let's meet in person. We'd love to have you there. Tickets, click the link in our bio and it says buy tickets. Get your tickets, come on down, man. It's going to be an amazing night. Free food, goodie bags, surprises, and just jokes, man. We're going to have jokes and a great time. So thank you for joining us for today. We've got next Thursday, 9 p.m, another guest. So we'd love for you to come back and join us, man. So take care. God bless. I'm IC, the host and the founder of The Sit Down. Peace.